Let us see the next question, friends. Details about the portfolio shares of an investor is as below. Investment is made in three securities A, B and C. Number of shares are provided to us. Market price per share is also given to us, and the respective beta is also given to us. The investor thinks that risk of the portfolio is very high and wants to reduce the portfolio beta to 0.91. So whatever the beta of the portfolio, so that investor wants to reduce to 0.91. Of course, we understand that say all of them have beta exceeding 0.91. So the weighted average will also be more than 0.91. So let us assume that say right now it is say 1.50. Okay, just I am taking assume figure, and we want to reduce it to 0.91. He is considering the two below mentioned alternative strategies. So there are two strategies which the investor is considering to adopt. The first is dispose of a part of his existing portfolio to acquire risk-free security. So let us sell certain amount of the investment from the existing portfolio, and with that, so we will that is purchase the risk-free securities, or take appropriate position. So very good word that they have used over here, appropriate position. So you have to decide whether to enter into the transaction for sale or buy. On Nifty Futures, which are currently traded at 8125, and each Nifty point is worth rupees 200. So index value is given and the lot size is given. You are required to determine beta of the portfolio. You are required to calculate value of the risk-free securities to be acquired, means churning of the portfolio, that is reshuffling of the portfolio. Number of shares of the each company which are required to be disposed of. So whatever the suggestion that you give, based on that, so you are required to give the answer that how many shares are required to be sold for each of the company. Number of Nifty contracts to be bought or sold. So again you have to decide. Of course the answer is same. And value of the portfolio beta for 2% rise in Nifty. So in the fifth question we are required to compute the beta of the portfolio if at all there is an increase in the market portfolio by 2%. That is the question. So the first question is calculation of the beta of the portfolio, which can be computed by using simple weighted average method. Everyone is requested to go through the question, and then one by one we will do answer. So let us write down answer. The first is calculation of the beta of the portfolio. Answer for the first question: calculation of beta of the portfolio, that is simple weighted average. So in that the format will be like this. Column number 1 is name of the company A, B, C. Second column is the market value of the investment, that is number of shares into price. Weight or proportion of the individual security in the portfolio multiplied with the beta of the individual security. Weight into beta is the weighted average. This is the way we are required to complete the table. So let us start doing answer. Name of the company A, B and C. Market value of the investment is 3 lakh is the number of shares, into price is 500. That comes to 1500 lakhs. Then 4 lakh is the number of shares into 750. That is 3000 lakhs. Then 2 lakh into 250. That is 500 lakhs. So 1500 plus 3000 plus 500, that comes to 5000 lakhs. Okay. Now weight or proportion will be calculated. It is 1500 divided by 5,000. That comes to 0.30. Then 3,000 lakhs out of 5,000 lakhs. So it is 0.60. 500 lakhs out of 5,000 lakhs. So it is 0.10. That is the weight or proportion of the individual security in the portfolio. Multiplied with the respective beta 1.4, 1.2 and 1.6. So 0.3 into 1.4. 0.42. 0.6 into 1.2. 0.72. 0.10 into 1.6. It is 0.16. That is the way the beta of the portfolio can be calculated. So 0.42 plus 0.72 plus 0.16, that is 1.30. This is the beta of the portfolio, and this is the answer of our very first part of the question. Second part of the question, value of the discrete security to be acquired. So what we are required to do, we are required to churn the portfolio, we are required to reshuffle the portfolio. So let us see how to do answer. In order to calculate the answer for the second part of the question, we have to prepare working note number 1, calculation of WE, that is weight of existing portfolio, and WRF, that is weight of a displaced security. That is the way we are required to find the weight, so that beta of the portfolio is 0.91. So we understand something like this. Existing portfolio and a displaced security. This is WX. This is 1 minus WX. The total is 1. That is the weight of the individual in the portfolio. Beta. For the existing portfolio, the beta is 1.3. This is 0. So weight into beta. So 1.3 into weight of X. This is 0. The weighted average is 1.30 WX. This is the beta of the portfolio. Now we are required to make the computation of weight of X. Beta of the portfolio is 1.3 WX. What should be the beta of the portfolio? 0.91 is equal to 1.30 WX. WX is equal to 0.91 upon 1.30. So the answer comes to 0.70. So we understand that, say we have invested, that is we have to keep 70% investment in the existing portfolio and 30% is required to be shifted to the risk-free security. This is what we understand. So we understand that, say we have to keep only 70% of the total portfolio in the existing portfolio. So 5,000 into 0.7. So 3,500 is to be kept in the existing portfolio and 1,500 is required to be shifted into the risk-free security. Yet the question has not come to an end. We understand like this. Existing portfolio, risk-free security and total. This is 0.7, this is 1 and this is 0.3, which is found as balancing figure. This is 5,000 lakhs into 0.7, that comes to 3,500 lakhs. So it is 5000 into 0.7. This is 1500 lakhs. That is 5000 into 0.3. This is the way we are required to do a split of the existing portfolio into existing portfolio and a risk-free security. The question says that's a value of the risk-free security to be acquired. So the answer is 1500 lakhs. In order to reduce beta of portfolio put to 0.91, comma, amount of the risk-free security to be acquired is rupees 1500 lakhs. This is what's the answer of the second question. Next question. Number of shares of each company to be disposed of. Now friends, what happens at say the 1500 lakhs is the amount of the investment to be made in risk-free security. For that, say we are required to say dispose of the investment from the existing portfolio. Importantly friends, that 1500 lakhs will be realized from the existing portfolio in existing proportion 30, 60 and 10. So 1500 lakhs into 30%, 1500 lakhs into 60% and 1500 lakhs into 10%. That is the amount that you will realize say from sale of the individual investment. That is A, B and C. So whatever the amount that you realize is divided with the that is price of equity share will give us say the number of shares to be sold from each of the security. So what will happen at 1500 lakhs multiplied with the existing proportion, with that say we will get say the amount to be realized from the sale of the individual security, and then say that amount divided by the price of equity share will give the number of shares to be that is say number of shares to be sold. So answer of the third question, calculation of number of shares to be sold. So over here again the column number 1 is name of company, column number 2 is amount, that is like the 1500 lakhs into the proportion, price of share, and number of shares. This is the way we are required to make the computation of the number of shares to be sold off. So over here we can start answer like this: A company, B company and C company. The amount is 1500 lakhs into proportion. The proportion is like this: existing portfolio proportion 361. So over here 3, 6 and 1. So 1500 lakhs into 0.3, that is 450 lakhs. Then double of that is 900 lakhs. Then 150 lakhs. So it is 450 plus 900 is 1350 plus 150, that comes to 1500 lakhs. The price per share is 500, 750 and 250. That is the number of shares. So what will happen? 450 lakhs upon 500, that comes to 90,000 shares. that is 450 lakhs divided by 500. Next is 900 lakhs divided by 750 rupees per share. So the answer comes to 1,20,000. Then 150 lakhs divided by 250. So the answer comes to 60,000 shares. That is the number of shares. So this is the way the number of shares are required to be disposed of from each of the security. Now friends, at this point of time, third part of the question is coming to an end. Just for your understanding purpose, I am telling you furthermore like this. What will happen? If at all you make the calculation of revise the beta of the portfolio, then in that case it will be like this. It is A, B, C and a risk-free security. That is the way you will have the four securities. So it is 1,500 minus 450. That comes to 1050. Then it is 15 and the existing portfolio is 1500 minus 450. Then the next is 3,500. So it is 3,500. This is the existing investment. Minus 900 minus 150. Minus 900 minus 150. So revised value of the individual security in your portfolio will be 3,000 minus 900, that is 2,100. Then 500 minus 150, that is 350. And the risk-free security will be having now the value of 1,500. Total will be again 1,000. Total will be again 5,000. So 1050 plus 2,100 plus 350 plus 1,500. So it comes to 5,000 lakhs. Okay. Now the revised weight will be 1050 divided by 5,000. So it is 0.21. So you can see that it is exactly reducing, say, by 30%. So 2,100 divided by 5,000, that comes to 0.42. Then it is 350 upon 5,000. That comes to 0.07. 1,500 divided by 5,000. That comes to 0.30. Overall value is again 1. That is the weight. Now this is the weight multiplied with the beta. 1.4, 1.2, 1.6 and this is 0. So 0.21 into 1.4, that comes to 0.294. 0.42 into 1.2, that is 0.504. 0.07 into 1.6, 0.112. This is 0. Overall it is 0.91. This is the way you can verify the beta of the portfolio will be exactly what we desire. It is 0.91. So this is only for understanding purpose and it does not form part of the answer. Let us see the next question. The next question is number of Nifty Futures contract to be bought or to be sold. And the fifth part of the question is value of the portfolio beta for 2% rise in Nifty. I want you to calculate the answer of the fourth and fifth question on your own. Let us see the third part of the question. Fourth question. Number of contracts to be bought or to be sold. That is a question. Friends, over here I really love this question because language of the question is extremely clear. The question is providing clearly the information. Let's say right now the beta of your portfolio is, like, indirectly they have provided to us, it is 1.30, and say they want to reduce the beta to 0.91 by one of the following methods. So the first method is done and the second method is there. So when we are doing the fourth and fifth part of the question, we just have to forget about the second and third question that we have done. We have to focus on the fourth question and fifth question. The fourth question says something like this: what you are required to do, that is, what is the number of contracts to be bought or to be sold. Of course, we understand that right now we are having the long position in the cash market. For the purpose of hedging, you will enter into the short position in futures. So answer of the fourth question: number of contracts to be sold. It is value of the portfolio into beta of portfolio minus beta required divided by futures index value multiplied with lot size. This is the simple equation which is required to be used. What is the value of your portfolio? 5,000 lakhs. What is beta of the portfolio? 1.3. What is beta required? 0.91. It means that you want to hedge your portfolio partially, divided by futures index value into lot size. The question is providing the information 8125 and 200. So it is 8125 into 200. This is the way we are required to calculate the answer. So 8125 into 200, that comes to 16,25,000. And the numerator value is 5,000 lakhs into 0.39. That comes to 1950 lakhs. So the final answer is 120 contracts. So 120 contracts are required to be sold. That is what's the answer of the fourth question. Then fifth part of the question, that is what we are required to consider. Write an answer for the fourth question. So now answer for the fifth question. In that, there are two things that we have to do. The first is working note number 1, calculation of percentage change in RJ, or we can say it is RP. Beta measures what is percentage change in RJ with percentage change in RM. We can observe that the question is providing the information that there is 2% rise in the Nifty, friends. So percentage change in RJ is equal to 2% rise in the Nifty into, right now the beta is 1.30. So overall it will be 2.60. Okay. Working note number 2, calculation of the profit or loss in index. So in that we will consider sale value to be compared with the purchase value. What is the sale value? 8125. What is the Nifty contract size? 200. How many contracts are sold? 120. 8125 into 200 into 120. So that comes to an amount of 1950 lakhs. Less purchase value 1950 lakhs plus 2.6 percentage. Because with the increase in the Nifty value, so value of your portfolio has also increased. I'm sorry, over here it is the plus 2%, because the Nifty has increased by 2%. So 1950 plus 2%. So it is 1989. So there is a loss in the Nifty by an amount of 39 lakhs. So in index trading, unfortunately, there is a loss because for the purpose of hedging, you entered into the transaction for sale. Working note number 3, calculation of the profit or loss on existing portfolio. In that, the sale value and purchase value. It was 5,000 lakhs value of your portfolio initially. Now 5,000 lakhs plus, we understand that's the 2.6%, because with the increase in the Nifty, value of your portfolio must have increased. 5,000 plus 2.6%, so it is 5130 lakhs. So ultimately it results into a profit of 130 lakhs. Now you will make the calculation of overall profit or loss. Calculation of overall profit or loss in percentage term. So profit in portfolio minus loss in index divided by value of the portfolio into 100. In your own portfolio, there is a profit of 130 lakhs. In index, there is a loss of how much amount? 39 lakhs. You have to sacrifice your gain. Whole divided by 5,000 lakhs into 100. So 130 minus 39. So 91 upon 5,000 into 100, that comes to 1.82%. So this is the way you have to compute the return of your portfolio. Then beta, it is percentage change in RJ divided by percentage change in RM. Return of your own portfolio is 1.82% when the market return is 2%. So 1.82 divided by 2. So the beta of the portfolio is 0.91. That is the way beta of the portfolio is found. So let us have overall revision of the entire question. The first part of the question, in which the beta of the portfolio is required to be computed simply, that is the weight or the proportion in which the investment is made multiplied with the respective beta. In the second part of the question, we are required to sell a certain portion of the existing investment, and we are required to make investment of the same in the risk-free security so that the beta of the portfolio will be 0.91. That is for the second part of the question that you have to do. Third is the number of shares which are required to be sold. So whatever that 1500 lakhs will be realized from the existing portfolio in the existing proportion, that is 361. So the amount divided by price will give the number of shares. Only for understanding purpose, we computed the revised beta of the portfolio, and of course it was supposed to be 0.91 only. In the fourth part of the question, because the second and third is for the first method of hedging, that is you acquire the risk-free security. Fourth and fifth will be the second part, will be the second method of the hedging, in which say you will sell index futures. So 120 contracts are sold. Then fifth part of the question, that is the thing is a kind of cross verification, then whether we are able to achieve the beta of the portfolio 0.91 or not. So we compute the percentage change in RJ with percentage change in RM. Then as far as the index is concerned, there is a loss. Why? Because the value of the shares are going up. along with the index. Third working note, existing portfolio, in that say you make a profit. Why? Because the value of the shares are increasing. Overall there is a profit of 1.82%. When the market increases by 2, that is you get a return, that is market return is 2, your return is 1.82. So beta of your portfolio is 0.91. This is the way we are required to show the beta of the portfolio answer.